Knock. Hey, yo, what is happening, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Fly Nerd Group, prime time. Coming right to you, live and direct. Intel Music Group. Sean Rocker holding us down. Right here to my right is the man, the miracle, the legend, the booksmith, the writer, the director. What else he do? Did I his whole resume?
Nah, but we
I didn't think so.
Nah.
We be here all night.
Keep going.
I mean, we could do like the Method Man, AKA, like for a minute, but like we do got a show to do, so we'll settle.
I could battle you in that.
We'll settle there. You know what I'm saying? We're throwing creative director. We'll throw in there sartorial. You know what I'm saying? Like we get into that sartorial list. Okay. If you're nasty, you know what I'm saying?
If you're nasty.
Let's Stay Home Club, and home is where I live, and I live on the whole fucking planet because I get around, motherfucker. So I'm feeling real like jazzy with this beat in the backdrop. I just want to like, yeah, man, like watch out.
I can dig it, brother.
Right. Can you dig it, brother?
I can dig it, man.
And check out the smooth brother to my left.
Yes, sir. That's me. There we go. Cos G, photographer, creative director as well. Blah blah blah. Yakety smackety. Let's just get on with the show.
Right. Hey, yo, next my man Cos.
I'm Moxxie.
Word.
Simple.
What more can I say?
Hey, yo, and as always, providing the sonic soundscapes, the man behind me, no other than
the Bob Ross of beats.
Wow. Let's just put a nice little
Bob
snare.
Ross of beats.
Let's just put a nice little snare over there.
Yeah.
Happy snare.
Happy snare.
Happy accident.
Happy little snare.
Little snare.
Here comes this little bass line. Oh, look at there. It fits the drums. And you know what? I think we're gonna do some no vocals. Let's get some. You know what? We definitely need cowbell. We need cowbell.
More cowbell.
And some air horn.
Definitely air horn. The more air horn, the better, I say.
Word.
But not really.
I was about to say,
Nah, I do not believe that at all. Hey,
Hey,
yo,
man.
we got a lot
Hey, before we start,
Yes, sir.
I just want to...
hey man, you need to get that checked out.
Yeah. It's all good. Nah, man. Hey. just keep it chill for a second. All right, there you go. All right. You got it? Come on. Come on. The gremlin's not here today.
Oh, my, or are they?
Well, they might be. It's Necro Day. So I wanted to say happy
let's go.
Necro Day. It's a motherfucking celebration of the culture. You know what I mean? It's one of the days where we did our motherfucking thing out here in the streets, you know what I'm saying? From making graffiti, making art, into music, and, you know, just terrorizing the streets of ciphers and shit, and just doing our thing and doing it our way, you know what I mean? We never, did anything on no rules standpoint of anyone else's perception. It was all about just our standards and what's dope, you know what I mean?
Word.
So, yeah, a bunch of creatives, from teenagers on to grown adults. People evolve from to fucking aldermen, you know what I mean? Like straight up artists Alderman Prime and shit, you know what I mean? To artists that Westside Gun is buying his art and shit, you know what I mean? It's just it's like that, man, and still growing, still doing shit. So celebration, shout out to Pug, shout out to Ty, Psalm 1, Infinito, KO Rising. Fanboy, we gotta bring Fanboy on the show.
We do need old man Fanboy on the show. Yes, sir.
Bring him on the show. Shout out to everybody, Kenny Keys, Matlock. The list goes on and on. Yoda, he support the show and shit. Yoda Silas was cracking.
Yes, sir.
Yoda Rock.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Happy Necro Day.
Happy Necro Day.
Day.
Much
Square.
respect. The A in the square, definitely right there on the screen. Beautiful.
Look at us.
That's history.
Uncle Butter, Taiwan Davis. What up, Maxie the Villain, Riff Napalm, Open Mike Eagle. Yeah, that's the dude. That's solid. infinite chef now. He cooking marvelous shits. Literally.
That's
book pretty
was
interesting.
Yeah.
That book was really dope, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, I just sat and read it all in one sitting. I was like, wow. When you get to know the people that you've been cool with for the longest and find out their history, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, I didn't know. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, I knew you rap well, but I didn't know you rap that well. You know? And you've been rhyming well for a minute.
For a very long time.
You know what I mean?
Still got the guns too. But I'll let y'all.
I just wish I was here for the shows to get that youthful energy when I was going through it back in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the same situation, just two different worlds. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Word. Of course,
Absolutely.
of course.
Yeah, man. I'm here for the culture.
Indeed,
Is
indeed.
that yeah, man? Is that a Nacro thing?
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So next year there's gonna be like a big.
It's a conceited thing. Yeah, it's a Nacro thing. Yeah, man. And it's like Dave Chappelle, the thoughts that's going on behind it, the yeah, man and shit. Like, yeah, it depends. It's crazy. But anyway.
Word. Something big next year planned for Nacro?
Yeah, dude. Once the world open back up and shit, we's doing the reunion every year. So we's
Right.
gonna do another one upcoming. We're going to do another one. It's gonna be so dope because we're gonna go hard this time. Like, it's gonna go crazy. So yeah, I'm excited, man. And we might do another vinyl as well.
Okay.
Put out some other joints that people haven't heard, you know what I mean? Or just to refresh, you know what I mean? To keep the volume moving.
Like a best of type of thing.
Exactly. So yeah, working on that and working on some other stuff too this year, man. I'm very excited.
Groovy, man. Groovy.
It's like Nacro season.
Yeah, Nacro season. That's
Nacro
dope.
weather, just cold as fuck.
Hey, you know what album that I actually agree with Taiwan that you could play in the winter and just cold and make sense?
What?
Liquid Swords.
Yes.
There's certain
that's
winter
absolutely true.
albums
It's
you could
actually
play.
true.
Yeah. And it's like Liquid Swords, you could play that straight through. No, like,
You
nothing.
ain't got to think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
And it matches the whole,
fits.
the look, the decor, the everything.
Yeah, that's a winter album.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Varsberg is one.
What do you mean?
Into the Stage, Black Moon.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
That is another one. Yes, sir. I was going to mention that. Yeah.
Speaking of boot camp, The Shining too.
Yeah. Like that whole, like, first.
That whole era.
Yeah,
They little
like-
run.
Yeah, it's like winter music. What about you, Max? You got winter music? What music you listen to?
I've been listening to a lot of music from Euphoria.
Oh, wow.
Since I've been watching. The soundtrack is actually amazing. So the composer is this artist named Labyrinth. So he makes a lot of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like spiritual sounding, like not spiritual in a religious way, but just kind of like
Ambient.
out of
type.
ambient, kind of like out of your body type music. The music is
Not
really
to
good
make you
from
come out of
that
your
show.
body type of music, the other kind of
Some of it is a little bit like that, but true. Yeah, it's very like, it takes you to a different place.
It's
like,
drug music.
Some of it is, but some of it isn't.
It's experiential music.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
exactly.
It meant to induce euphoria.
Right, exactly.
Hence the title.
Yeah, I've been
Bada
listening
boom,
to a lot
bada
of that.
bing.
So, have y'all been watching?
I started it.
I
I did
started
start it.
it.
That shit is fucking weird.
It's crazy.
That's
That's coming from you.
This shit is weird.
It's
like
weird?
this is something I could not have wrote that the way they wrote it.
How far have you gotten?
I only got the first few episodes.
Okay,
It's just- it's
the
just-
first season.
It's borderline. It's like I can see it triggering a lot of people because her life. I feel like I knew her.
Yeah, I mean, the creator of the
I
show,
did.
it was based off of his life.
Okay.
Like she technically is telling his story, I guess.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, because he was a teenage drug addict. So it really kind of like tells his experiences.
And Zendaya's killing it. 'Cause
She is killing it. That's why she
I
won an
believe
Emmy.
it from the moment, like from the first episode. I was
Yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah, she's amazing.
you look like you going through it. Every
Yeah.
scene, she's got like this facial expression, the melancholy, like, Smashing Pumpkins vibe.
Right.
Yeah, the post binge face, with the bags and everything.
One eye is like always like kind of like
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
say?
Not that bad though.
Not yet. They ain't got to that level yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, it's great. It's it is a really interesting experience to watch this show. So,
hey, shout out to the crack dealers. I mean, no, let me say.
I can say that.
I mean, no, look, hear me out. Check it out. I mean, you got to really think about the vibe, like, because we've had the crack movies. We've seen what the fuck crackheads look like as a joke.
Right,
Everybody
right.
and their mama makes fun of crackheads. You're the butt of every joke. But somehow, some way, after seeing Samuel L. as a crackhead, after seeing Chris Rock as all these different people were crackheads. Motherfuckers still say, I want to be that.
Well, Chris Tucker was in Dead Presidents. He was a heroin addict.
Yeah, they all were at some point.
Strung out, yeah.
I mean, after watching Basketball Diaries.
Those two things that shouldn't be an influence on the hardships, everything that's going on in those ghetto poverty-stricken places, bro. It's not movie related at all.
Oh no, I agree.
It's circumstance of fucked up life. You know what I mean? Based off.
It's so many factors. So many factors.
Whatever.
So many factors. I mean, everything from escapism to just giving up to those who think, yo, if I just do this one time, I'm big enough to.
That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Now the cats who's just like, yo, I can do this, and then that's a personal choice, and they gotta live. They gotta live with whatever consequences come from it.
Red balls.
But yeah, they definitely give it a good deep look at teenage drug subculture
and depression
and that, and just all the situations that lead to teens ending up
It's this
addicted.
good to watch? I mean, goddamn, it sounds heavy as fuck.
I mean, it is a heavy show.
It is.
But
it's very heavy.
It's not all like there are comedic moments. This is not just like it's not like Kids the show.
Yeah.
But it's it's really
Wow.
It's really like there are some heavy moments, but it is nuanced with like comedy and other like situations. It's not just her being fucking high for 2 seasons, so.
No, the first episode just really digs in because it's got to set the pace for how she got where she got.
Yeah.
Right.
From the childhood, and I guess she had bipolarism and some other stuff going on.
Yeah,
and
she was
or at least they diagnosed it that way.
Uh-huh.
What got me was when she was in the doctor's office with them and the mom when her were talking, the doctor was like, she's really too young for us to really tell if that's what's wrong, but we're going to give you these pills anyway.
Right,
Which
exactly.
is fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're admitting that you can't diagnose her yet, but you still push them fucking pills, which induce a form of mental...
Stabilization.
which kind of fucks up your thought process in many ways. Because if nothing is actually wrong with you, it pushes you in another direction, which creates another imbalance.
Especially as your brain is still developing, as we know, your mind develops well past your teenage years.
And this is way before teenage years.
Right. So if they, if they put you on stuff young, your brain takes that hit young.
Exactly.
And if it's a misdiagnosis, then it's almost as if they've predestined you to have the condition now.
Yeah.
If it's a misdiagnosis, you've been on, whatever mood stabilizers for, from ages 10 to 15, and find out, you really didn't need to be, but now you have to be because you've been on them for so long.
Yeah.
You can't be without them.
And now you're paying the medical system money for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you're dependent.
Can lead to addiction.
Yeah, that's the key.
Like people that get in accidents and get addicted to opioids and then usually start using heroin.
Like, when is a drug not a drug?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that miniseries Dope Sick on Hulu was about the opioid.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I've watched the first couple.
I watched the first couple.
That's heavy material right there.
It is
very, very heavy material. But I mean, it's a subject matter needs to be addressed. That that big pharma paid to get and lied about what these drugs could do.
Right.
So just to put that out there.
And there it is. I mean,
there it is.
We stepping into bot life territory with that one.
Hey, but
Right.
sometimes
It's real,
the
though.
territory gotta be stepped into because this is what the creators are making.
Right, all right. It's all linked to the subject matter.
No, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's for a conversation.
Yeah, it was all linked. I didn't just pull a random thing from out the stratosphere.
Yeah.
For sure. But on happier notes.
Yeah, man. It's all right.
That's not a happy note.
Wait a minute now.
On a happier note, the Halo trailer dropped.
Did it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was great.
I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna tune in.
So I'm assuming, because I know the Halo series has gone through many iterations. Steven Spielberg was once attached to it.
Really?
Peter Jackson was attached, so Steven Spielberg.
I heard the Peter Jackson joke.
Well, Peter Jackson was attached to direct when Steven Spielberg was attached to executive producer.
Makes sense.
And so Peter Jackson went as far as to make an actual Warthog, which is the Jeep that they drive around in. He all these weapons. I wager that a lot of this shit that is going into this series is probably from Peter Jackson's era, because he made it perfect. So you can't scrap it. So here, I'm gonna lease this or sell this to you guys since you're making the movie now.
But it looked good. I think, I used to play Halo. I never followed it and all that shit, but I know the basics of it. And just seeing the trailer, it was like, oh, they really making a show out of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna
It's
get
like
it in.
TV format. You know what I mean? I can see it, and it's dope. I like it.
Yeah.
I like how it's set up.
Now, where is this taking place in the Halo timeline? Is this
looks-
Fall of Reach? Where
This
is
is way after Reach.
This is way after Reach.
Because they said it was Master Chief in the trailer. So along with that comes the fact that it looks like they're gonna kind of do some flashbacks to when he was becoming a Spartan. But at the same time, I think it looks like it's taking place right before the first game. So he goes and gets that alien artifact, which reveals that there's this thing called a Halo, a ring. So then they're gonna go on that mission to find the Halo ring.
So what's a Halo, bro?
It's a world that's an artificial world that's in the shape of a donut, literally in the shape of basically the way they design artificial gravity centers now, where it's just basically a big ass circle, and because it's a circle, its artificial gravity is induced by its spinning. And it was invented by the Forerunners, who is this ancient race of beings who are long. At this point in the story, they don't exist as far as we know. They're long gone and expired or whatever. But they discovered the first Halo in the first game. Turns out that this thing is more than just a random planet. Through the series, you find out that the Forerunners designed it as a weapon to annihilate life in the universe because of this other life form known as the Flood, which is, if you were to simplify the Flood, is basically the thing mixed with the xenomorphs from Aliens, where it's like it consumes and assimilates all life into its hive mind and morphs them into like these creatures that give off more seeds and spawns. So it was unstoppable.
Gross.
Okay.
Yeah. So I see there's a scene where it looked like I saw the Flood.
So you're gonna see everything in this show, you believe?
It looks like it.
Okay.
I mean, you can't do a Halo series and not go in, because
What's the point?
you can't half-ass it, because the lore is rich. They got a lot of shit to talk about.
Well, this will be good for Microsoft, get some Xbox sales.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, you know what? We was talking about the fact that Sony just purchased Bungie, who were the people who made Halo.
Right.
Yep.
Oh.
They did the original Halo series and then the Destiny 2 series,
So
the
they
Destiny 1
got
and
the
2.
creators, like, yo.
Yeah, I mean, those dudes make some bad. I mean, every game that they've made was a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Halo
I mean,
changed the
Destiny
game.
I love Destiny.
People still
Destiny,
play it.
Yeah, Destiny's dope.
Destiny is dope.
I will play it too. It's
Yeah.
They're
dope.
still going through chapters on Destiny. It's a never-ending story.
Yeah, I mean, because you can just keep adding expansion on after expansion after expansion.
Yeah.
So it's a community that has found. It's one of those gaming communities like Call of Duty that is now self-sustaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have to worry about selling Destiny to anybody anymore.
They don't need to make another one either. Just
Right, just
Yeah, it's almost
going.
like Grand Theft Auto 5.
right.
It's
Just keep
like,
going.
right. Yeah, I mean, when the online community takes off on these things, then the games become self-sustaining.
Exactly.
Then you can go years without an update because people are just getting on just to get on.
Yep.
that's it.
Then you come out with an update, cash some checks, move on.
Well, they definitely are not working hard anymore.
So that's in-house. Bungie is in-house.
It's now in-house for Sony.
Wow.
So that means they could be like Sony can pretty much contract them. I mean, not contract them, but get them to hey, we got to do something together here, or you gonna do something over there. It's they got a huge playground there.
Holy shit.
And they said that the reason why they purchased them was they're really interested in Bungie's ability to make those live games. Like one of the things that made Halo dope was the live online arena, which was going back. It was reminiscent of Quake and Doom, and no game had done that since back then.
Okay.
And then this game is like it's all about the live online.
But most of these games are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Now.
that's like the main drive, unless it's like a one-player game where it's like story-driven.
Yeah.
But even so, they still have to do a live version.
live part of it,
You
yeah.
gotta do something
You
where
gotta
you
go in.
play online, correspond, and get people to buy all that merchandise and stuff. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
all
the
that.
fighting game community is huge online.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Huge online.
I think when Destiny first came out, it was a big deal for a platform system outside of PC to have an online-only game. And people were shitting on it until they just couldn't deny it. Like, the shit was fucking dope.
Shit,
Man,
fire.
that game is fire, man. That game is fire. It has some truly scary moments too.
Yeah.
Like going to some of those dark caves with no light.
Yeah. and I'm sure that the characters are kind of played off the D&D, too, in the way in which they...
Yeah, you can customize, and they're infinitely customizable.
True.
Like,
Because you got the Warlock.
yeah, I mean, you have so many. I forgot the other classes on Destiny right now, but yeah, you can so many things, so many weapons, so customizable.
Sharpshooters.
Yeah, sharpshooters. Yeah,
The whole nine.
The whole nine. Yeah.
And then on top of that, they have, like, because Apex and all these new games, the whole colorful characters with personalities is very much, that game.
Yeah.
That was kind of the one that really hit that cool character mark with these stylized looks and
Like what's that?
Borderlands, all that stuff.
Borderlands,
Yeah. Destiny was the big one that popped that off on, at least from what I understand.
I think so. I heard about Destiny for a minute. I played it. I was like, all right. It
Yeah.
seemed the
It's just
community
fun.
about it. Yeah, it's just fun. It's not about some of these games. It's not about like beating and completing. It's about just playing.
Just running through.
You know what I mean?
Over and over.
Right.
I done watch people play the same board over and over because it's just fun. They go back to the same spot and wait for the same attack. And I'll be like, yo, no, this is fun. I just love the scenery and this and this.
But sometimes it is fun.
It be like that.
Yeah,
it'd be like
there are a couple of those like horde
Playing
runs
God of
on.
War again. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm mad as hell, but yeah, because all my memory got erased, so I'm like starting from scratch again. Man.
On what?
God of War.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. It's hard.
That's going to be work.
You know they got the Infinity Gauntlet kind of like combination, like
Oh, you talking in the game?
yeah, in the game, like the armor and the certain gems you could get, it was like similar to the Infinity Gauntlet. And so yeah, I went out and trekked for all that shit and it's erased, so I have to do it over again.
That's like being on Arkham and having all of the Riddler's trophies and then losing it.
Yeah, it's like exactly like
Terrible.
Gamer
This is a
problems.
triggering conversation because I lost some things. I'm like,
Right. That's how it goes. That was me on Metal Gear Solid back in any of the Metal Gear games. I would lose shit. Like I would forget to save. Like like you in the middle of something, you got to go do something.
Yeah.
And you forget, and then it turn off, and you God damn it! And so you lose all your progress, and you got to go back to the last checkpoint, and that's far.
Yeah.
They don't make them checkpoints close on that game.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's just a box.
Shout out to gamers too.
It's only a box.
Yeah, shout out to gamers. Shout out to the people who torture themselves by playing Lost Souls.
That's another one.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
can't.
some games I just don't play.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
That's the MF Doom thing. I only play games that win at.
That's real.
Yeah, or Dark Souls. I'm sorry, I said Lost Souls. Dark Souls.
Dark
know what
Souls,
you
Lost
mean.
Souls, I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's like the most impossible game to
So
beat.
like I heard like this whole Ninja Gaiden thing.
That's so Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden, however you pronounce
Whatever,
it,
yeah. Whatever.
is one of the most fucking annoying. Like it was damn near impossible. I never beat that game.
the first one on Nintendo?
Yes. No. The first one and the second one was worse. But the first one was definitely hard towards the end. You got to be fucking perfect. You got to see everything. You got to be a fucking real ninja to beat that game. So it's like the game is just training you to lose. Fuck
So
that.
what about like you were saying earlier, you play a game, you know the moves and all that stuff. What about Ninja Gaiden? Don't you know?
Nah, that don't work like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a side scroller for one, and so I mean,
It was so Ninja
But
Gaiden.
they made some 3D.
Yeah, it was elements. You could kind of go front like different directions too. Cause like not the arcade version.
okay. See, I'm thinking this is the Ninja Gaiden that.
But all of them.
Yeah, that was hard as fuck too.
Yeah, this game was hard as hell.
There's a board where you gotta climb, you gotta flip between the sides
Exactly,
to go up while you're fighting.
yeah.
and
While
they're
you're
throwing
fighting.
stars,
Yeah.
they're jumping down at you, and you gotta dodge lasers, and you gotta. I'm like, no, it's too much.
So is that made on purpose or is it like?
Yeah, I mean,
The games was super hard at one point, and we got
Strider, like all
we
the
got
games.
soft.
Yeah, we got.
PlayStation made us soft, man.
I won't say it's PlayStation. I said
I don't
Nintendo
know.
made it soft because they're the ones that tried to soften the blow of the difficulty, even though they still were hard as fuck. It just looked
They
nice.
started to, man. Mega Man was hard as fuck.
All their games were hard. I mean, back then games were hard. Let's just accept that.
Super Mario Brothers 2 gave me the flux.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that Ninja Gaiden Ryu Hayabusa is a descendant of Shinobi?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an
I
actual-
heard that. Yeah. I heard
So it's like it's indirect canon, and so and there's a variation where this like Shinobi's descendants, actual like physical relative, came and like approached him on some shit. So it's kind of like that whole Snake Eyes Storm Shadow element.
Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate that. Fucking game.
Man,
That's the one.
Back in the day, you had 2 buttons, B and A.
Yep.
Good luck, Chuck.
Make it work.
and that was you had to go hard.
Right, you had to go hard.
Then they started doing that thing where you had to push both at the same time.
Yeah.
Push both at the same time and hit down.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute now.
The combinations got crazy. Like you got to turn and hit B and A.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. How am I going to do this?
It's like, this controller is not made for
Look at
this.
the little complaints now. You play your PS4, you got to play NBA something. I dare you.
no.
Dribbling, shooting, you got to move this. Yeah,
I don't
it's
even have the-
crazy.
man, I-
mechanics
You don't
now.
have the
is nuts.
dexterity to.
I got dexterity and
Cross.
enough fingers to do what I need to do in day-to-day life. Because I'm a grown man.
This became so intense.
Right. When the minute we said play a game, he's like, no, because I'm a grown man.
Oh no, that's not what I was talking about. I think some of my feminine friends will know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm just saying. That was the grown man reference.
Hey, you opened the door, so you had to deal with that shit, and that was pie in the face. So,
Well, thank you.
Hey, man. Yeah, because you bring out Amby Davis Jr. Like that's some other shit. Y'all ain't never met him. Like I used to say him.
Cat, what's up, Cat?
Exactly, man. What's going on, baby?
Hey!
Rat Pack, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a whole nother dimension in me that people don't see unless they out in the places that I'm everywhere. They never there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
That's what that is. But yeah, we be
I'm
Amby.
everywhere, motherfucker. You better watch your tongue.
Man, it took a serious tone.
It did.
But yeah, that's the Amby Davis Jr. vibe. It be, you know.
Right. This is not Fly Nerd After Dark.
Why not? It's
not.
dark.
But I think we should start that.
We grown.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. That's a different show.
That is.
Okay.
That's a different show.
Or a different segment
That's a
at
different.
the end of the show.
I can only be me, baby.
Boba Fett, y'all. Let's go. Boba Fett, just
No,
fuck it.
yeah. That's-
Only the Mandalorian can save us now.
Right.
and it has.
And it, man.
So let me ask that question. Why does it take the Mandalorian to save Boba Fett? And this is the questions I was asking, and I was getting yelled at, and I had Moxxie over here defending the children scene and all that. and Mandalorian come and sweeps, just do a sweep. And you forget about Boba Fett. Like, I'm ready for Mandalorian season 3. Like, all right, how many episodes left? All right, come on.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
So what's going on here?
Yeah, that was a cameo. That was like,
that was not a cameo.
No,
Yeah, that
was
wasn't a cameo. That was a
full.
yeah.
That was
Different director. Who was the director? Look up the director of the
Yeah.
Boba Fett episode. 'Cause it was It wasn't Roberto Rodriguez.
Yeah, it was somebody that has directed a Mandalorian episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she has done a Mandalorian episode before, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember there was a point in time where everybody wanted her to do a Mandalorian, I should say.
Oh.
So, like, she got her wish. They gave it in. They really, like, the people that listen to their fan base are the ones that are winning. That's how I look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, James Gunn listens.
Yeah.
You know, we know that in general, outside of James Gunn, DC doesn't listen.
I wouldn't say James Gunn listen. He just know what to do.
He just got his ear to the street, so to speak. Ear on, like, posts and everything.
Because this Guardians 3 about to be dark, too. He about to kill those motherfuckers.
They are, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So you're okay.
That was sweet.
So back to Boba.
Yeah. I don't think they intended for this to be done that way. I think, you know, they filmed it as just a succession because I think each episode after this is where it's all downhill from here. But I think it just happened that this episode, the contrast is so dynamic.
When you say downhill from here,
downhill in a good way, like it's about to just be like a snowball from hell. It's just about the chaos.
Okay.
Once whatever is about to happen, we know that Boba's putting together his crew.
Right.
And one of them is Mandalorian.
Right.
I'm good.
Beskar.
Mando and what's the Wookiee's name? Like that's a crew.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
that's a crew. That's a crew.
That's
and the
a
two
crew.
piggies.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. That's all it's been. That's all it's been this whole time. Is
So
you
you know
son
what?
of a bitch, I'm in.
So I'm gonna paint a picture for y'all because I realized this watching it, right? So this is Mandalorian is very much Western.
Right.
So think about the Westerns.
Man, that Mark came in. You heard them flutes.
We about to see Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
We're about to see Boba put together his 7 men.
Okay.
And then go against the army and whoop that ass.
Now, who's the army again? This the army.
Those aliens that have moved in and the territory's been given to them by the mayor.
We never seen how much of a threat they are.
The director is Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
Ron Howard's daughter.
Right. Yes. I don't want to get into that part because a lot of people, there's controversy about that, of course.
Of that episode.
Nepotism.
Why? Because he made a shitty movie and she made a dope episode?
No, Ron Howard and being her, like that her push came from her dad being who he is.
But she been in the biz for years.
Well, I mean, if you could direct,
I don't have a problem with it. Yeah,
I don't have a problem with it.
You can direct. And if that's your passion as a director, then you're supposed to do what your heart tells you to do, especially in film, because then you get this response. You get us talking about it.
How great it was.
Yeah. Whoever is,
sense.
whoever's
it's the same old.
Whatever. I mean, she did a dope job, and I mean, from what I've heard, every other things that she has had her hand in artistically have been pretty good. You know, as part of her behind the camera career. So obviously, she's a budding director doing her thing. So who cares if Ron Howard is that? She still got to go out there and make good stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
I agree
because that
is better than her dad.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Take that with you, chump.
And she's not the only one, because Francis Ford Coppola's daughter has directed a few times. Sophia Coppola.
Yeah, Sophia Coppola. Yep.
So
isn't what you call it his son?
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is his nephew.
Oh, nephew. Okay.
He purposefully changed
his name to avoid that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's dope. I never knew that.
Yeah, he wanted to earn being Nicolas Cage, not Nicolas Coppola.
Right.
And he is Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is pretty. There's supposed to be a movie coming out. I'm not sure if it's out yet or not, but where he's basically like playing himself, but it's he has to fake being Nicolas Cage.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
Almost like a being John Malkovich.
Right. Yeah. Basically.
I love being John Malkovich, man.
Yeah, when the other Mandalorian challenged him for the blade, for the saber rather.
Yeah.
You know what was cool about this is we saw him get hurt, and he still whooped that ass.
Cause he's the Mandalorian. So what's up with Boba Fett, man?
Boba is different.
How different?
Mandalorians are bred
Don't give me
for
the
one
Jay-Z
purpose.
answer.
No, Mandalorians are bred for one purpose, and that's to whoop that ass. Stupid.
It's different. It's
I forgot about that.
Wow. I didn't even think about that. I did not connect the word. That's what's up. No, but for real, like Mando is a bad. Like he was raised from a child to beat that ass. His dad, Boba's dad died.
Before when Mandalorian just come out? A couple years ago, like a few years ago with Disney
Two
Plus?
seasons, yeah.
All right, so Boba Fett was that dude before Mandalorian even popped off. So where's this Boba Fett at? Like,
I think they're saving it because they don't. The thing is, they don't want him to be another Mando because that's all it would look like, another guy in armor doing the same thing.
But he was first.
See, here my overall opinion of Boba Fett, outside of like as far as the cinematic appearances go, he was the most badass looking dude to do nothing at all.
What do you mean?
He didn't do much in them. His first appearances.
He didn't catch people.
That was the.
I'm saying when we see him in Star Wars, when we first see Boba Fett,
right,
that's what I'm saying. Right. He was bad. We just all assumed he was a badass. His badassery in the beginning was all based on assumption. His first appearances, when we see him, he's just talking.
Yeah.
Well,
he get his money, and then on the skiff fight, he looks like a Three Stooges character on the skiff fight.
Well, forget the skiff fight. When you put a man next to Darth Vader that everybody is terrified of, and this nigga ain't flinching. And ain't worried.
Right, and I got that. He was bad. They didn't have to show him being a badass. The fact that he was with Jabba when Jabba needed a job. He's with Vader when Vader needed a job. The best of the best calling on this dude to do everything they need. And he obviously do the job because they kept hiring him. But we have yet to really see the.
So we have yet to really see the badassery. We have yet to see the real badassery. 22, right? We 22.
Yes.
Yeah, 2022. I mean, the comics have shown it, but we all know that's a different thing. Like right now, cinematically, following the cinematic timeline, his badassery is all implied.
Well, no, we saw him whip that gang's ass in that bar.
Yeah.
He walked in and handled them, and he had no guns. We've seen him whip ass. We saw him survive a Sarlacc. He didn't give up. Like everybody else fall into the Sarlacc and they just were like, okay, I'm here. And they just slowly dissolve. He said, nah, I ain't done.
He had armor on.
So do stormtroopers.
They are,
but they get blasted. That's like plastic wear. It's like cheap.
It's like putting Tupperware on and calling it armor.
Well, I don't know what it's like. I just know that the other people, they fall in there, and he sat there and he got out.
Well, he's a fighter.
He's a fighter. So, I mean, the thing that they're saying is that he's kind of become a different person through his journey that we in the beginning of the show.
Right.
So I think he's that cowboy. Because if you follow the trope, they're all different types of cowboys. We know who he's the gunfighter. That's who Mandalorian is. He's that dude. He's Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
His character is more like Yul Brynner from Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
That guy who is reluctant to fight, but if you push him enough, because like in that Magnificent Seven, till that end fight scene, you only seen him do one thing, but everybody else they kept showing. And then it was that last moment, he's like, you pushing me now. All right, that's what you want to do. Let's go.
Mandalorian going to do all the fighting. He's going to come in on the Rancor.
The Mandalorian going to come in on the...
No, Boba Fett going to ride the Rancor.
Well, that's going to be the dramatic interest. I don't know. I hope that they could bring more because it is kind of like, when are we going to get some action?
I just want to see Mandalorian Season 3. I want to see Grogu get that little chain mail. I want to see what Grogu been doing. He can talk now. do his little Yoda shit.
First? Yeah, oh, man. So that means we going to get Luke again.
Bring it. That's what I mean.
That's interesting.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see what Luke on. We never seen that.
We never seen the real Luke either.
Yeah. So let's
We missed the good part.
Yeah, we did. We missed
very good part.
The prime when he was in his prime.
Yeah. So
that's another thing. Luke's badassery in Return of the Jedi is very implied. Because, it was just like, we see him as this grown Jedi.
So basically, Star Wars is based off implies.
Well, basically, to be fair.
And wait till we see it, Mox. Wait till we see it. This time it's going to happen.
So you think that Luke was implied in Return of the Jedi?
I mean, like the badassness that he had done between Empire and Jedi, you just have to assume that that was cold.
But the things you did see him do, you didn't think was a big deal.
Not till he fought Vader at the end.
So this dude walking into
not till he fought Vader at the end. I mean, to me, he should have been more direct with Jabba, man. Him beating the Rancor,
Jedi.
him beating the Rancor was cool. I gave give him his props for beating the Rancor, but I felt he should have just came in there like, yo, I'm taking my man's. I'm taking my man's.
Not Jedi though. Jedi have to be diplomats first. That's the Jedi way.
They normally give you.
This is the way.
They normally give you two options. They say be peaceful or I will. He did say I will destroy you.
Yeah.
I get. So he did throw. He threw his gun on the table.
Like, yo.
He threw his gun on the table.
Now,
Let's not play Java.
We can't say that like Han was real.
What?
We saw Han shoot him in like the opening. We meet him shooting somebody.
Right. Yeah, we knew Han. That wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the characters aren't implied.
You needed. Right. All characters wasn't.
Like Mando and Boba. Sometimes they give it to you, sometimes they don't.
So they gave it to us with Han Solo right away. Fair enough.
Han Solo through the whole series was badass. Like the whole flying,
yeah,
the shit, how he get out of situations.
I mean, he was my guy. I was a Han guy. So.
R2D2.
I also like R2D2.
R2D2 from the jump. From the jump where C3 you didn't see him. You ain't see what he was on. You know, so I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to be hopeful that Boba will have a payoff. I'm not confident that
the payoff happened. It was the Mandalorian.
Damn.
Thank you. I appreciate your life.
Damn.
Salute.
Man,
because the episode, look at this shit.
We got tons of lore too.
Yeah.
They got
that was
deeper into the saber. He got kicked out of the guild.
Kicked out the guild.
Because he was honest.
Why he was honest?
I wouldn't have said shit.
I wouldn't say shit.
Have you taken off your helmet? No.
No, have you?
Like I would have the first
musty face ass. How long have you been wearing that helmet?
When she asked that question, I would have been like, how did you survive?
Right.
How did you get out of that place? Tell me what deals you made. You know what I'm saying?
So do they shave and like take care of their face and shit?
Yeah, remember they can take it off. No one can see it. That's why I was confused by that statement.
They can't be around other people.
Yeah, they can do it in solitude.
Because she ain't even. I think from the moment he walked in with that saber, that's why she took that fucking spear from him, because that spear was a threat to them.
She didn't want him down, period.
No.
Because he came in, he too rebellious. Like, she was like, I can't control this dude. He coming around with the damn spear. Like
he got everything.
Yeah, he got everything under his...
She said this is the only thing that can pierce our armor.
He's the most powerfulest dude right now. And he's supposed to be running the thing because he got the saber.
So everybody's a threat.
Yeah, she was like, nah, let's find some reason.
Because you randomly asked that question after this nigga just won a fight?
Hey, you took your own. How long you had?
Like, you've been training this dude.
Musty.
But all of a sudden, you just had to switch on. Like, yeah, that was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. Like, why didn't she shut dude down? Like, this is not the time to try to train.
No, she said do it. Because when she walked by, she gave him the okay. Like,
yeah, do your thing.
Fuck him up, man.
Beat his ass.
Go get him, fam.
He over here flexing.
Okay, boss.
Yeah, that was bogus. That was a setup.
Hands. He felt all them hands. Injured hands.
And then she had him fight while he was just tired from training. That was the bogus.
That was the whole setup.
I was like, yeah, at dawn.
Is it? I mean, as many kung fu movies I know you've watched, you know that happens. You run up and down this mountain all day. Now fight me. Yeah, I'm just saying.
He wasn't ready for that. But he won. He worked it out.
And he walked out. I thought he was going to have to lead the sword.
Nah, he couldn't lead that sword. She couldn't take it from him. She got nothing to defend him with, really.
Right. So he took all his shit. So long he took his shit, I was there.
Yeah. And he got a new ship.
That was a little drawn out. They could have did the speed up shots on that one.
It was a Mandalorian episode. So the characters have to have, but that's what I said. Even the Mandalorian characters are entertaining.
That's true.
Like, she is just like funny as hell.
She said she slept with those flurry things.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
That was very weird.
And then the other one was like saying something to her. She was like, yo, I'm working. Get out of here. I'm single.
What time you off? What time?
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
In the trunk.
Yeah, it was a great episode, though.
Straight Jerome.
Wow. You see what we do here? This is what we do.
Somehow we turned Boba Fett into Martin. Not even sure how that happened, how that occurred. I missed that transition.
So who brought man from
Mando?
I guess that is Mando.
Yeah, he brought man from the fifth floor.
From the fifth floor. Yeah,
hey, Ma.
Made some sandwiches.
Right.
That's real.
Nah, bruh. I'm going outside. That was my dude.
But she was like, yo, here's some money. Bobo needs some help. He's like, man, fuck that money. That's my G.
Right.
What's up?
Right.
Rolling.
Because he rolled with him with no pay.
Yeah.
He stepped up.
He was like, fuck it, I roll.
Well, all right.
And he need a new crew because he don't have his support system no more. So like if Boba's running shit on Tatooine, now he got a base that he can go to. He land with her, leave his ship with her. That's where he rests his head. Then he go, get some work.
Slick,
Yeah.
Well,
now he can get some work from Boba when he needs ship repairs and etc. He got a whole system because the Mandalorians abandoned him. Even though he can go back with old girl. What's her name? The one who wants the sword.
Oh yeah, old girl from the show.
Because she said you can come with us. And notice that other shorty was like, yeah, we don't fuck with her. They was going in.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, it was a good setup for that, man. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Boba. I hope the next 2 episodes is stellar.
More about you, Boba. I hope it's more about you, Boba. But man, y'all been checking out Peacemaker too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we have. It's still great.
It's still
in fact,
great.
it's getting really interesting. It was just wild at first.
Okay, so why you see the transitional? It's like calming down. It's like the pot.
It's not calming down. It's just they're getting more into the actual what the story really is.
And what's that?
Yeah. We're now getting more into like this butterfly conspiracy. We're now getting closer to finding out what's up with this diary that's being put in his trailer.
Yeah, what is it? What's
I mean, we know that that's the contingency to set him up take the fall for everything. Because that's how Amanda get down.
Okay.
But we talked about the fact that when he was on the ground crying, how the butterfly had rolled up on him.
Right.
So now we're getting into this space where we're seeing that the butterfly there's a butterfly trying to kill the butterflies. Meanwhile, there's another guy saying the butterflies ain't what you think it is, which is the little boy or whatever the fuck he is.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's a child or a little
I don't know what that is.
I'm unsure myself.
Or a short man.
It's judo master.
Yeah, I'm like, is it a short man or a kid? Like, I can't tell. That's a little
Asshole.
weird. But yeah, so
master.
even though whenever he wakes up, he's gonna probably speak. But right now we're getting to that point where old girl, Amanda's daughter, is caught by that butterfly.
Yeah.
So is he gonna hurt her, or is he just gonna be like, yo, understand, blah 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 blah?
Good question. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
But I like the cinematography because he ended it like a horror flick, like the zoom in and the real squiggly camera effect. Like, yeah, it was really dope.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying
We
the
jumped
show.
all the way to the end. We wild. But anyway.
Oh yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
What's your favorite part of it?
So far, I just like the authenticity of the. Because they pretty much took a character with no personality. Peacemaker in the comics is no personality. No one cares, and they've given this character personality.
He was like in 2 issues.
I mean, he's bopped around. He's been in more than 2 issues. He's just been in a lot of things, just kind of in the background. Though he's not.
Okay.
He's a DC D-list character. Just same with Vigilante. Vigilante has had
He's
various.
actually in the book?
Yeah, he had his own book.
Vigilante's real.
Yeah,
Vigilante was in the Arrowverse too.
And
Really?
Yeah.
And there's
Like that?
And there's 2 versions of
He was
him.
different. He didn't act like that.
Okay.
And then there's 2 versions because there's the cowboy version that was on the Justice League in the cartoon
Oh, I forgot about
with the
that.
red bandana and the
Yeah.
twin.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
His name was Vigilante. Yep.
Ah.
Yep, that's one of the
That's the same
versions.
guy?
Yep, one of the versions of the character. The character has had a couple versions, just like Peacemaker has had a couple versions. But
Did they get their pinky toe chopped off?
nah, not that not that I'm aware of.
He didn't get his
Vigilante.
pinky toe chopped off.
He just got it
Okay.
partially
Yeah,
severed.
partially.
His toe was
think it just
partially
cut-
severed.
The skin was cut up. I don't think the bone was damaged at all. That motherfucker is hilarious.
Yeah, he is very funny.
When they was talking, like when dude was doing the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, and he was talking about the man and the little monkey.
And the monkey?
He was
I
like,
thought they was going to go on an adventure.
like he literally be saying some shit, and they be like Peacemaker just turned to him like, what the fuck are you talking about? Dude is hilarious.
But what I like about the show overall is that every character has like a level of authenticity. Like whatever it is they're supposed to be, I'm buying it. You know what I'm saying? Like from the government stooges to Peacemaker's dad to Vigilante, they selling me that they are these characters. I like that. Like I don't see John Cena, I see Peacemaker, and that's what I like.
And that's good. And that's good on John Cena end because that's acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Very
just
much.
good acting.
Very much.
You know, you see Denzel, be like, is that Denzel? Is that Lorenzo?
Denzel.
You know what I mean? Like, it's Denzel.
Unless it's Lorenzo.
But it's Lorenzo. But you know, it is what it is, and that's dope. When you just, this is Peacemaker. That's
People want him to show up to Royal Rumble dressed as
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. But I don't think he coming back. I don't think he gonna come back.
They always
I mean,
come
he
back.
wants to
He'll
come
back for WrestleMania for a little, like The Rock did a couple stints in.
Yeah.
Before
Quick appearances for the check.
quick little appearances, you know what I mean? But that'll be it. Yeah. John Cena be contradicting himself if he don't, because that's what his whole MO. So I'm a wrestler.
Well, he's wrestling in this show.
Wrestle.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. But now he in the Rock speed, and it's kind of better. I don't know.
Yeah, he doing this thing. He making waves in his own way out there.
Are we recording? Yeah, we good.
Yeah, we good.
Okay, just making sure.
No, we are good. And you know what? Before we dive into the next segment, because we already know it's gonna take up more time than we have. Let's take a quick break. Let J-Dot do his thing, and we gonna get back with a few more subject matters. Fly Nerd Prime Time. We coming back live after this. Bling. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Interesting as fuck.
Homelander.
These are all characters that got his skill sets.
And that is why Homelander is interesting, beyond him being a complete psychopath, but also because he is a layered character. It's complexes to him.
The struggle with his wife.
Yeah, exactly.
The son, like all of that. You can go there. Like, I mean, you don't even have to have him. Like, the lowest thing is questionable. It's like, this is a superpower being. How are y'all really dealing with situations?
Right.
Do you not ever get upset? Like, if you accidentally raise your voice, will you bust her eardrum? Like, let's go into it, you know?
Right.
Let's deal with him trying to balance his attempt to be human when he's far from it and fucking fail.
Yeah.
Is human society good for? Damn, that's fucked up.
Let him fail. Like, let him become the villain inadvertently while still trying to do good. Like, what happens if Superman becomes an actual vigilante like Batman, where he has to do it from that perspective, because anytime he show up, the government is trying to get him.
Punches. Spider-Man hold his punches. He can hold his punches.
Yeah, that's when he be going around plinking people.
That's holding the punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. That's what he has to do.
That's what he has to do, because he can't just hold that.
If he uses a fist, you're dead.
Yeah.
Your heart will
I gotta
turn your
They
insides to
probably
jelly.
explode.
what's her name? Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Yeah.
So how did Poison Ivy in the game take over Superman, and he was temporary a slave?
She poisoned. She did a Nero.
Yeah, she had kryptonite. She had kryptonite in the toxin.
That's another example of it.
Put it in a smoothie, and he's done.
Yeah, she put kryptonite in the toxin so she could get past his defenses.
Does Superman need to eat?
What I'm saying, like it's
Poison Ivy is
it's complex, but it's simple to
do.
take something out of it. It's kind of simple, cause you gotta certain things that you know his weaknesses. And
But that's a very uncommon. Who has kryptonite just chilling?
Usually nobody.
You have to make that.
Well, it's
I'm not
expensive
saying
because
that
Lex has it all.
I'm just saying it's simple. I'm not saying it's common. Everybody got it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's simple but not simple, because he would know that it was there before he drank it, because he would still feel it.
So it was that type of sensory.
Like, the closer he gets to kryptonite,
Yeah, it's a proximity thing.
it neutralizes the light.
He starts getting sick just in the presence of it.
Yeah. So he'll know it's somewhere, and when he'll start to, well, I ain't drinking that.
So then at the point of weakness,
That's the beginning of it.
Right.
That's the beginning of
and
it.
that's my whole point. And you could just maximize that and subdue something like crazy. Just have it around.
Well, you couldn't. You mean normalize kryptonite?
Well, I'm not normalizing kryptonite. I'm just
I mean, like make it like around everywhere.
But the other part of that is that kryptonite is radioactive, so you have it hanging around. You're gonna learn.
There's another problem.
Yeah, Lex Luthor learned a hard lesson about wearing that kryptonite ring.
But you got a point, because there are different colored kryptonites that have different effects on them too.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's been no movies. Smallville was the only show that really exploited that.
Superman 3.
And Superman 3, yes. With the red kryptonite. The red kryptonite was in that one, right?
I do want to chime in really quick, separate from Superman.
Go for it.
But when you had mentioned Poison Ivy, I do really wish that they would put Poison Ivy on a platform that has nothing to do with Harley Quinn, and that is just her platform to where it's about her, because she's so fucking interesting.
That's where she's supposed to be.
Yeah, and she should. And I liked Harley Quinn in the animated series, where she came from. And then, it became this whole thing with people loving her and Joker's toxic relationship. And then she kind of spawned off into her own thing, which I don't really think that Harley Quinn is that interesting not more interesting than Poison Ivy, not to me. So
yeah, the problem with Poison Ivy for those fanboys is that Poison Ivy is very much independent. She don't have a male counterpart or figure,
and she doesn't need one.
She's not a supporting villain. She's a villain, and then her villainy is not on some I just want to rule the world.
She's an eco-terror.
She's more of an
eco-terror. She's all about the plants.
Yeah. And technically, like,
I'll go to the forest and cut all the trees down.
Nowadays would be perfect for her. Because of the conditions, all the talk and everything about
global warming.
Yeah, well, I know at one point they elevated her to not too far behind Swamp Thing as far as her connection to the green.
Yeah,
not as powerful as Swamp. Not as powerful as Swamp Thing.
But they got a connection, right?
But she's connected to the green.
Yeah, it supports her.
Sure,
yeah, so he'll
be an ally. So
to speak. Exactly.
A natural ally.
Natural ally. What'd you say?
Buddy be on his own little situation sometimes.
He be in his own world.
He's walking chaos.
Well, I mean, he's a plant elemental.
This is what I'm saying.
So his perspective is way different than
his for the greater good of the greens, and she's using the greens to manipulate some things.
Oh yeah, the green supports her a lot.
That's a bar right
there. But that's still, it's still a control there.
I think that would be it would be a good movie.
I would like to see that.
That'd be ill.
And it would be a definitely difficulty for Batman to fuck with.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, we've had Catwoman. Catwoman's had her own independent stuff, and so has Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is super popular now for whatever reason, and Poison Ivy is just like shoved in the side or connected to Harley Quinn, which makes no fucking sense to me.
Her love interest.
So yeah, and it's like,
again, reducing the female character
to a romance,
either a love interest or the supporting act of another male character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which
is again, the fanboys love that.
Right. Exactly.
They
and so the fangirls, shit.
Short skirts. Come on now.
Well. Hey.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But yeah, so DC.
Maybe she had a skill set.
So
short
DC
skirts,
is like, so
they're not consistent. He used that word.
What's their lifespan? Like, what's going on here?
I mean, overall, burnout happens, but the sales, DC is firmly in the number 2 spot. This kind of unmovable. They are far ahead of the next one down. So.
Yeah, they're equal. They're the same distance from Marvel that Image is from them.
Right.
But
so is McDonald's level of serving just shit and it's going to sell regardless?
Pretty much.
Well, I don't necessarily agree that it's going to continue to sell forever like that. I'm one of the people that think that DC is going to fade to black in the next matter of years. Maybe 20 years, maybe less.
Maybe less.
And the reason why I say that is because their stories can't compete with Image, and Image is bringing it. And we're seeing the level of what these characters could be, and all these other people writing better versions of those characters.
While I agree, Image is cranking out better content. The reason Image can't catch is because so many finite series.
Well, you're talking about money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people who read them being satisfied with Image enough to say, DC, you ain't doing it. Fuck y'all.
Oh well, I mean that already happened. So that already. But you're saying if you're talking about transitioning DC people to Image or like that.
No, I'm just
core DC base, that probably wouldn't happen.
Well, there's a reason why their numbers are dropping. So where them numbers going?
Up to that number one guy.
I don't think that people are only going to Marvel.
Not only, but if you are a superhero guy, and that is your bread and butter, and we know that makes up the largest market share. If you are a superhero guy, you're going to look for your genre. And while Image has lots to satisfy, I love Image books. You're gonna probably go to like if you were a Justice League guy, you're probably just gonna go read the Avengers.
I don't know.
There's
a reason they're making these new shows. There's a reason like the Millar universe is happening. There's a reason why people are loving these shows.
Image is getting picked up pretty.
Image is getting picked up pretty quickly, and I'm not saying that they are not going to grow. I'm just saying when you look at their publishing, I'm just talking in the realm of the publishing.
So you mean like I'm walking in a comic book store, I'm going to go to the Marvel section first or something like that.
I'm saying that if
more than likely I'm going to buy a Marvel book versus
if the superhero genre is your normal bread and butter, you might gravitate from a Justice League to an Avengers. And I've seen this happen as when I was running the shop. Right. I've seen that when people were displeased with DC, they didn't jump to Image, Dark Horse, Boom. They would jump immediately.
The opposite side.
They would jump because also the familiarity. You know what? I don't know this random guy on this book, but I know Spider-Man. I don't know.
That always changes.
It does change, but the person has to discover it. And I made it my point to introduce people to other stuff, but I'm just saying the average person would come in if they didn't ask and they were just kind of like, I'm sick of Justice League, but I like Captain America.
So this is the conversation that's similar to like talking about hip hop. The people who thought Lil Nas X wasn't gonna be successful, yeah, here we are. So that's how I look at this whole thing. The people are no longer giving a fuck about DC. Period. The next generation, they don't care. They're excited about the shit because the mainstream people are gonna see the shit on TV. DC's movies are shit, so they're seeing these shows by Image and they're saying, "Oh, that shit's interesting. Let me go check out some Image shit." That's all they need to do. It ain't about, I don't like DC, so I'm gonna go buy Marvel. No, it's like I'm watching shit that's good on TV, and I'm gonna go read some shit that's good from there.
So it's the old standards of like the old formula. It's like old cinema versus modern day cinema, right?
Things have changed.
You know, things are changing. The guards are changing. You know what I mean? It's great to have these heroes, but let's modernize them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's do something. Don't reset the button and use the same program.
Which is what they do.
Yeah. You know, let's reset it and use a new program.
Which is what they're doing with the movies.
Yeah. New shit.
That's the way they work, and it's not gonna work anymore. Like, how is this gonna work when they transition, like when things start transitioning into the metaverse? Like, people are gonna be looking for like that same old look, or are they gonna be looking on to
I can see a classic Superman flying in the metaverse.
For the people who from the old or the new?
Well, I mean, if you really want to get into that with the mods and everything that's built, you're going to see several Superman in the metaverse. You're
going to see everything, but the next generation, where they going to focus? They're going to focus on their interest.
I don't know. That's my question. Do these stories translate for the next?
It's already been done. The next generation is not. The young people ain't talking about DC like that. They not talking about Superman. They ain't even talking about Batman. They don't really care about none of that.
Oh, they will.
You think they will?
They will.
He said
about Batman.
When Matt Reeves drops his bat.
Maybe.
We'll see. If Spidey brought $1 billion, come on, man.
Yeah, but Spidey is the one that the suburban family will go take their kids to see.
Don't give me the Damon Wayans look after you say that. Look, man.
I mean, like Batman.
People going to see Batman.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But I definitely think that the level, like there was people that wasn't taking kids to see The Dark Knight.
And they missed out on a very good movie.
They did.
I mean, they did, but that's just how it is.
What was the problem? The Joker, he was too edgy.
Well, the violence.
What do they
He
think
stabbed him with a
superheroes
pencil in his
do?
head. Who does that?
But I'm saying, like, people. There are some people who don't don't take their kids to stuff like that.
But people went to see Deadpool.
Or the Avengers. There's still violence.
It's the
It
presentation.
just might be more
It's because they presented it that
Come
way.
on, man. Look, dude. There's
the
people
reality.
that's sitting it out, and there's people that's going to go, and that Batman going to hit hard.
It better.
That's their cash cow. He said at the beginning of the damn story.
It's the cash cow. A Batman movie comes out, and if you think about the bad Batman movies, they were still, when they came out, the buzz. Like Batman Forever was terrible, but look at the buzz that was, and Batman and Robin, terrible, but it had a large buzz. Batman is always going to be a cash cow. He's always going to sell. That's just, and so the movie.
So then basically what they need to do is get
beyond-
rid of all of the other shit and just do Batman.
Well, yeah,
That would be simple.
yeah.
Because if you reduce the world to that level, then the Peacemakers and the Vigilantes and all these other cool characters there would be a world like that.
Yeah.
Just this whole noir world of fucking crazy people.
I'll fuck with that.
That would be great.
I'll fuck with that.
Get rid of. They need to just simplify. Get rid of all these titans and these deities from Greek mythology and just normalize this shit.
But don't get rid of my Barry Allen Flash comic. Sorry. I like Barry Allen. I like the Flash. I read the Flash. So don't get rid of my Flash.
Hey, it's not up to me.
It is not. It is not.
Because that's another thing.
Don't make a decision
the
on my
Flash
reading.
movie about to come out.
Yeah, I'm not that excited for the movie.
No, that's your guy.
I said that's my comic. I said that's my
Uh-huh.
comic. I said I like reading that comic. I like reading that comic. I did not say I'm all for the Flash movie.
Do you like that Barry Allen?
No.
Okay.
Ezra Miller's Barry Allen. No, I think he's trash.
I'm trying to think. Did you like the Barry Allen on the show?
I like him better. I like Grant better than I like Grant better than I like Ezra.
But did you like him alone as a Flash? Did you like him?
Yeah, he was acceptable for the CW.
That's terrible.
He was acceptable for the CW.
So speaking of crazy people and all these killings and murders, y'all been watching the show?
Yellow Jackets.
Oh my God, yes. Did you all finish it?
I finished it.
Yeah, I finished it too.
didn't finish it.
How far have you all gotten?
I didn't start it.
Oh, you haven't started
Yeah, this was a slow TV week for me. I was doing a lot of other stuff, but I want to hear y'all go in.
Yeah, I watched all of it last week and over the course of a couple of days, and it's really fucking crazy. Like, it's exactly how Cochise was saying. Like, there's like a cult element, is very Lord of the Flies. A lot of people keep saying Lost, but whatever. Like, it's very like Lord of the Flies.
Okay.
And kind of like the movie Alive, which was based on a true story. And it's really interesting to see it told with girls, because you usually don't see, especially younger girls, in a survival type situation like this, for it to be so dramatic, because they were stranded for over a year.
Yeah.
They said like
That's amazing.
what, like 18 months or
18
something.
months in the
Yes,
woods.
a long time
Where
in
were
the
they?
woods.
In the up like Pennsylvania area. It's like north. It was like the northeast.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not like a really like horribly dangerous place.
Well, it's still the wilderness though.
It's still the
There's
wilderness.
Bears, and wolves.
bears,
It-
wolves, all that.
They experienced the
survived that?
winter.
Yep, they were out there in the winter.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, and they just had to basically survive.
But it's so they drop hints of so many like mystic and cult elements along
Yeah.
the way. It's so subtle, but then it like becomes like at the end it's like holy shit.
You said
Right.
Mystic?
Mystic.
Yeah.
And
like a supernatural
like
element.
a slight like a small super. It's like the tiniest fragment supernatural element. Like there's something about where they're staying at that they just haven't.
Like that's how they survive, possibly?
No.
Oh.
So because the story is told kind of in parallels, like it goes back and forth between the past.
All right, stop right
and
there.
them being adults.
And that's what I dislike about this show.
Oh, really?
That back and forth shit, they should focus. And maybe I never watched Lost, so every episode is them in the
Neither.
forest.
Lost is irrelevant.
But I would rather, Modern shit. I don't want to hear that. I want to see that shit when they was in the details. I think that the cutting back and forth was a little too much, man.
Well, the thing about it.
Continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. The thing about them showing the past stuff, we haven't even gotten through the whole period of time. It's still warm now. Like, even by the season ending, they don't even start showing when it becomes winter and shit.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. So the whole season is just that part, but they're going to the past before they crash?
They go back and forth.
It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth. So they show them going, they show them as teens, show them as adults, teens, adults. So
right.
And they parallel the adult life with the situations with the correlating event in the teenage life.
And the other interesting thing as well, without spoiling anything, is they still have not shown all of the people as adults. So it's only been like a finite group that have been shown as adults. So we still don't know what happens to
we don't know
portion of them.
Yeah, there are obviously some people who don't make, a lot of them it seems don't make it out of this.
Right.
Because they show them go to a reunion as adults, and as of right now we only see like these 5.
Right.
Out of like a whole team.
So potentially they're alluding to maybe they all didn't make it?
That's what we don't know.
We don't know, but we know someone started a cult.
So it's a plane crash of a school. Like,
right.
Tell the story. It's a plane crash of.
It's a plane crash of a high school soccer team
right.
of all girls.
Okay.
The only one of the coaches survives. All the other adults are dead. Yeah. So so it's just the girls, and it's these 2 boys. It's an older boy who's around their age,
and his younger brother.
And does the boy? Did he go to their school too?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He went to their school. His dad was the coach.
That's right.
Okay, that was his connection.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, so that was his dad.
Impaled on the tree.
In the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's some of them that end up, they die. There are some people that die from the initial crash. Yeah.
What's those symbols?
That's we don't know yet.
Yeah, it's all that's connected to the possible cult.
That's connected to
Blair Witch. That Blair Witch. That's what that looks like.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. It is kind of like Blair Witch. Yeah.
So, but y'all haven't got to any supernatural in the first season?
No. Not really.
Yeah, not really to where it's explained. It's something that's kind of hinted at where you're like, oh, that was weird.
This girl named Lottie swears that she hears something, and then we find out at the season's end that Lottie may be in charge of the cult that came out of this as an adult.
Right, as an adult.
Yeah. What is she hearing?
Like voices, just like voices in her head.
Which could be cuckoo because she bumped her head on the crash.
Yeah.
There is a part where they find this bear that starts walking towards the cabin that they find that's in the middle of the woods, and this bear is approaching them, and she walks up to the bear and it kind of like kneels down and she stabs it. So she feels like that was her controlling this bear's mind. And no one can really explain it because the rest of them were standing there watching her.
Yeah, that sounds pretty supernatural.
Yeah. So,
and a cabin in the woods.
Right.
Sign symbols on trees.
Because the cabin.
What's that other movie with the people that was hiking, and then the one guy saw the statue in the cave, and he was kneeling in front of it, and then we found
The Ritual?
The Empty Man.
Oh, the Empty Man.
Yeah. I forgot about Empty
That's
Man.
What this is starting. It sounds a little bit like that.
It does.
Like something
sound
is happening
like
with her, and she got something helping or in her or power or possession.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, and see, I'm enjoying the flashbacks because they get wild as they progress. That situation as the adults get just as perilous as the kids' situation.
Yeah,
but the adults.
Yeah, as adults because of that whole bond and connection, they got a lot of mysterious shit going on as adults, like the black woman Taissa who's running for governor or senator. Mm-hmm. You find out that she may be in the cult. She like tore her dog's head off and shit.
Yeah.
One of the other survivors killed her lover, thinking that he was blackmailing her for stuff to find out what happened.
People are committing murders.
Yes.
Right. Like it goes, and then Christina Ricci's character just wild as hell.
All this shit I'm listening to, I'm like,
even that stuff doesn't even spoil. And there's still so much more stuff that happens. It's just insane.
Oh yeah,
Christina Ricci character wild as hell.
Christina Ricci character bugged Julie Lewis character.
Is that the frizzy hair?
Yeah, she bugged her car.
Oh, she's dope.
She bugged her car. She put a camera in her motel room.
Why?
She's been following her and stalking her, and then she miseries that reporter.
Yeah, she did.
What?
Sound like Moxxie. Oh wow.
No.
Yeah, there's a reporter or a fixer that's working for Thaisa that's following him around. Christina Ricci kidnaps her, and then like pretty much tortures her a little bit, then fakes befriends her.
This in the show?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, so what does all this have to do with the title?
That's the name of the team, the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like gonna be some bees or something coming.
Yeah, nah, it's kind of slick. You figure it out.
Yeah, it's after the team, the Yellow Jackets. But yeah, she misread the fixer lady.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's a lot.
It's a
How
lot.
many episodes?
8.
Yeah, it's not super long, but it definitely sets up for another season.
Okay.
So
This reminds me of that other show. About hey J-Dot. What's that show that we was talking about last week? The black dude went to that house to try to filter through the footage.
Archive 81.
Archive 81.
oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I started watching that. It's good.
I saw that too.
It's crazy.
So there's a
watching that.
supernatural element to that too. There's a cult in it, but there's no real connection for sure. Like they allude and they things
Right.
that happen.
It is, but they put it on.
Yeah, they gonna save it. Yeah,
Which is kind of how they're playing the
They
cult
doing it
thing
like
in
this.
Yellow
They
Jackets.
they snatched Shorty first without having a connection to her mom,
Right.
which was a direct connection.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's getting.
And it was just her finding her way of getting back to her connection and reconnecting with her mom.
Which opens her back up to the whatever the darkness or whatever that's coming.
Exactly. And the dude who even got hired to do this whole thing got caught up in the
Because of
bullshit.
his dad and his connection to all of it. Yeah, this shit is wild. This is convoluted. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on.
The other thing I was gonna mention earlier, Lottie. So when they initially crashed, they showed Lottie going through her suitcase and she's taking a container of pills.
Yeah,
and then
her meds run out.
Right, her meds end up running out, and then that is also kind of when she
starts going crazy.
Yeah,
So you don't
hearing
know if
shit
it's actually just like induced because of whatever's wrong.
or if it's
really some
actually
shit
a
going on.
power.
Yeah.
Because they show a cutscene of her really briefly when she's a smaller child and she's in the car with her parents and she like distracts her dad while he's driving, so he stops. And then right before they stop, there's a car crash in front of them that they would have been in if she had not stopped him. And that was what kind of caused them to take her to get
Clairvoyance.
medication. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like you
shows
don't
are
really
wild.
know. It's wild.
Yeah, it really is wild. It really is. And Christina Ricci's character as a teenager destroys the black box from the plane.
Yep.
So she can continue to demonstrate her value to everybody.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah, and that
No,
happens
but she
in
was
the first
helpful
couple
as hell.
episodes.
She was cutting legs off.
Yeah, she cut the assistant coach's leg off
Yeah.
to eat. No,
No.
because it was snapped in half.
Yeah, and it was just like
Part
it
of the
was
plane was.
That part of the plane was
Yeah.
on.
Dangling by skin type of thing.
basically
Yeah.
yeah.
So what did they eat?
They had rations for a while. Then they hunted. Because they found a cabin, and so there was a rifle in the canyon. So they hunted deer. They found one deer, and then they found that rancid thing.
Right.
which was,
yeah,
that was
rancid deer.
Yeah. Then there was the rancid deer, but they had hunted deer and they ate that bear meat too.
Yeah, they killed.
Yeah. They pretty much
Did she walk around with the bear skin on like I'm the Grand Poobah?
Right, we don't see that yet.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
see, that's what I want to see. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah,
Like
you just
Lord
wanna
of the
go through
Flies.
that.
Well, Lord of the Flies is a distinct look, is a distinct feel. You know what I mean? It's a
lot of
distinct-
chaotic.
Yeah, it's a lot of chaotic. The modern day world is dope, but I see that every day. So I wanted to see this modern shit. But that's what I want to see, like the
What's
bear
really going
skin
on.
wearing.
and
you know what I mean?
when they
Blood.
I think when they get to the second season, you're gonna see the younger girls doing more of that because those that's in the trailer.
Because they had their own rule, guidelines, society formats. You know.
Oh, while they was there. To survive?
That's the whole.
Right.
Yeah, that's the whole.
Oh, you talking about the Lord of the Flies?
Lord of the Flies. But they start developing a system. It's just like when you get to the later episodes, they have like 2 people who go hunt.
Right.
They have people.
Yeah.
They have people who like field dress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have so you see them starting to work as like a little community. Like, okay, we stuck here, you know, but then stuff starts to unravel.
Right.
Oh.
And there's a couple major incidents. One involving a hatchet to somebody's face.
Yep.
That's not just an incident.
Somebody gets attacked by a wolf.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot. It's very real danger where they are.
Yeah, once you get attacked by a wolf, it's over because that wolf gonna tell everybody. Hey, man,
Right. It's
let's
some
go,
food
let's
over
go.
here.
Right.
For real?
Yeah, once a wolf, like that's the same thing with lions too, or anything. Once they know where you are and they got you, they're just gonna keep going back and picking you up one at a time.
Good old
getting their dinner.
They're great.
way. Good
Din
old
din.
predators.
That's how they did in The Grey. That movie.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with wolves at all.
Yeah, no, they are very. Yeah, wolves are not to be fucked with.
They-
That is one to grow on.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
In post at the rainbow.
I'm just chilling.
At the rainbow in post. All right.
They're actually there's this horror movie, a very quick synopsis because we're talking about the wilderness. It is also called Frozen, but it is not the Disney movie Frozen, and it actually came out before that. But it's about these group of friends that get stuck on a
Ski lift. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And the girl's boyfriend decides to jump for some reason at one part of the movie.
Jump where?
Jump down.
From the ski lift?
Yes, because they're trapped.
It's easier to climb up to the rope. And
He
just,
thought that it wasn't that far, and that the snow would break his fall.
Is frozen, so and they not properly prepared.
Oh, they
Right.
not geared up.
And then the wiring up there can cut your hands.
Right.
Oh, he ain't got the proper gloves in there.
Exactly.
Because they were expecting to get back down, but the people forgot about that.
Oh, they were kicking it. They wasn't going to ski really.
Right. They were trying to go back up one more time, and they get forgotten about and like
Because
stranded.
Ooh, someone got fired.
Right.
They was doing that one more time before we close.
Yes.
Oh, got you.
You know what I'm
And got
saying?
stuck.
And got left.
Exactly.
And so when the boyfriend falls, then the wolves come, and the wolves do not fucking leave because they're
No,
pretty much
because
like,
they're
oh,
like,
it's
yeah.
food up here.
Oh, you came from up there?
Right. Oh, okay.
We just gotta wait you out.
That's how they.
Wait.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we got nothing else to do.
Right. They don't.
We're wolves. What else we got going on?
Exactly.
They out there
fucked
panic
up.
game.
Can
Yeah,
you
it's
imagine
really
that
good
the wolves talking to each other like, hey, Cos, this guy right here, look up.
Oh.
One for each of us.
Hey, well, come on, guys.
It's food. Call the rest of the crew.
That's what they do.
Bring the cards. Bring the
Bring the beers.
liquor, bring the drinks, the goodies.
And we gonna eat.
Bring that
Bring the
grill.
backwoods.
Bring
man.
the
We
gas
been there.
grill. Bring the gas grill and the blunts.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't want to see in the wilderness.
No, not in real life ever.
Come down here, Christy.
Another Amby survival
Yeah,
tip.
for real. That's the one
Yeah,
thing that you.
wolves are
If the
not-
wolf wants you, it will get you. A bear, you can negotiate. Wolves,
Do acting like you playing dead work for bears.
it can. You ball up, and you just ball up into a ball.
Yeah.
Ball up.
They might maul you a little bit, cut you up, might nibble a little bit.
Might.
They might, because there's
quick enough to climb
sometimes,
tree.
yeah,
Those 5-inch claws against your back, you'll be fine.
yeah, the people
Never
survive.
mind
That's
the
all that
teeth.
matters. That's all that
People do
matters.
survive.
Yeah,
Survive.
it's quality of life after the survival.
You got-
true.
hey, I
Once
would
you
rather
get-
have a quality of life than no life.
That's
Yeah.
Once you get past the claws, I mean, never mind the teeth. You're good. You
That's what they made. They
You're
made.
halfway there.
Sometimes they just kind of nudge at you and just kind of. Come on, I want to play.
Right.
I want to hunt. You ain't gonna run? Fuck you then, and they walk off. And that's where they might maul you because they kind of annoyed that you ain't.
Yeah, you ain't playing
Right.
the game.
Yeah, you ain't.
It's nature, nigga.
They don't want to get. They
You're
walk
not
off.
putting up a fight. Somebody eat you.
Yeah,
right.
So I'm gonna eat you.
it's like the gorillas. The silverback do the same thing. He'll run up on you,
Yep.
and he wants you to test him.
So
Right.
what if you stole on the gorilla?
Man, are you crazy? What the fuck wrong with you?
Yeah. Gorillas are dangerous.
So,
as
do you
hell.
remember in Peacemaker where he used the helmet?
You run up, get gunned up.
Remember when Peacemaker used the helmet to kill that one?
Yeah.
That's what you would look like after that.
Yeah.
It would just be like a pound of flesh, no bones, all crushed.
Yep.
There would be nothing solid left of you because it would pound you to dust.
I would.
It would.
The motivation behind it, though, is commendable.
No, man.
You know?
No.
Run up, get done up.
I'm just saying, like,
that's what I'm.
That's what the gorilla's saying.
Yo,
that'll be your tombstone. He shot a fair one with a silver.
right.
No, that's not a fair one.
At the memorial, I'm gonna be like, yo, he was a G when he went out. He was a G. Can't no one ever say that wasn't a G way to go out.
And while this gorilla's running up on cars, I'm like, don't look him in the eye. Don't look him in the eye. Look down. Look down.
Whole time I'm like, ain't none of y'all fighting the gorilla. What?
Don't say shit.
Exactly.
And he gonna look up at it like, done.
I'm gonna hit him with the I don't want to see.
Yeah. But wolves are the only thing that don't give a fuck.
They do not.
There's nothing negotiable. Once they decide you're it,
That's it.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unless you have proven to be a true threat to just that one.
There's no backing down.
No. That's why.
Except a pistol.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily because wolves are pretty fucking big.
They are
and they have
big.
thick fur, so you gotta have a really powerful pistol.
You gotta have a blammer.
Yeah,
That's-
you gotta really go.
Why they actually have stopped a lot of the dire wolves from Game of Thrones. It became really popular around that time for there to be dogs bred with wolves, and a lot of people stopped that because they will still have that instinct
That
of being
wolf instinct.
a wolf.
I mean, and a dog is a descendant of the wolf. So if you just add the wolf back to the mix, what are you doing?
Exactly. They don't want to eat meat.
Basically, what you're doing is you're walking in with a slight paper cut and some blood drips, and now you're just completely.
That's it.
Your food. Again.
Yeah.
The din.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's like adding more crack to a crackhead.
I kind of wanted those dogs.
Come on now.
No, they were dope as hell. But not a.
Shout out to Miles, by the way.
Not a.
Morales.
Don't get wolves as pets, guys.
Nah.
Yeah, no wolves is pets.
No
Watch
dog
Yellow Jack.
wolves.
Don't run up on silverbacks
gorillas.
and then
Don't run up on silverback gorillas.
unless it's the Rock.
Unless you on the west side, you
Oh, you
might run up.
That's because you know. That's because you know all of the rest of the West Side gonna come with you at some point. They'll be like, where the gorilla at? Where he at? He may have got all 5 and he ain't gonna get all 20 of us.
All of us.
And this was our nature segment.
Right. I learned to chop with my
I
chopper
love talking
hand.
about
National Geographic.
That's what Lupe said. Shout out to Lupe for
Shout
that
out
new
to
song.
Lupe. Yeah. I
Know
think
what
this
animals
is-
you boxing with.
Yeah, there you go.
But y'all,
We had a great time.
we had a great time.
Yeah, man.
It is time to get out of here. So, yo, once again, I'm the man in the middle, Cochise Soulstar to my right,
Amby Davis Jr.
to my to my left,
Cosmo Galactus.
to the further left,
Moxxie Peachez.
and right here providing the sounds.
You know me, I'm dark.
Fly Nerd Group, Prime Time. Shout out to Sean Rocker. Shout out to Intel Music Group for having us. We love y'all out there. Stay up. Watch Yellow Jackets. Stay safe.
Watch Euphoria too.
Watch Euphoria too.
Yeah, that's the one I started.
And
Yeah,
don't
I
pick
gotta watch
fights with animals. You'll catch a L.
I don't know.
Kaz is confident.
Don't back down. Never back down.
Never back.